feel like my group achieved a true dialogue because there were people who told us very intimate stories that you would not necessarily tell somebody if you did not have true dialogue. The dynamics that I'm going to share that I observed of my group, there was one 22-year-old who answered almost every question because people were too shy to talk. There were more reserved voices in my dialogue. People were very reserved. I played a semi-active role because I answered a few questions, I read, but I didn't feel the need to tell a story. I think dialogue is a component of CU1000 because without communication, what do you have? I see dialogue as a useful tool in my university experience. With my dialogue, I liked when we had pieces of paper, big pieces of paper with disorders like OCD or excessive compulsive or bipolar, schizophrenia. And then we had sticky notes that we had to write what we thought about that, like, I guess the stereotypes. And I thought that was cool because you couldn't really get in trouble by putting what you thought, and nobody knew who wrote it, so you could be honest. And then we went through it, and people, like this kid sitting next to me had depression, and someone across the room had been diagnosed as being bipolar. So we had a very lively group. And I wrote down 5 sticky notes, and I put them on different boards, and you were supposed to go up and take down 1 or 2 that like really stood out to you. All my sticky notes were gone. So all my sticky notes stood out to somebody. So that was pretty cool. And I felt pretty proud. Felt like I won the crowd over on that one, and I'd say that was my favorite activity. The first part was kind of awkward because we had to like stand up. One person stood up, said their name, where they're from, and then like a weird fact, like I like biting my toenails. And then someone had to connect, and they literally linked arms, and it was really weird, a little too personal. I don't know, just kind of awkward because you literally like don't know these people. And then we talked for a long time. I felt like the mediators tried to get us to talk too soon, like they forced it, and people were resisting. You know how that goes. And I think this was a good experience. I questioned myself on a few questions, like, do you ever look down on someone if they have a disability? I had never thought of that before. Made you think.